another short video from my time on Fregate Island. On this particular occasion I joined Leanne Fulford, who was looking after the turtles on the Grand Anse beach, and this is a record of pretty well what happened on that trip that day. Plus there's also another lovely item of another turtle release, but that was done a couple of days later.
I checked on the calendar and I think that this nest is ready. So you see this this little dip here. That's what quite often happens when the nest is ready, because all the babies are moving inside the nest and the sand kind of comes in a little bit. So I think that the eggs should be around here. So I'll have a little dig. You can help as well, Sasha. Yeah. But be quite careful. Problem of crab predation on the beach sometimes as well. So these holes here are made by crabs. So when the crabs find the nest, they can get inside the eggs and eat the hatchlings. No. So I'm just hoping this one hasn't been predated. Oh, yay. Yeah, we have one.
Oh. So we've got the first baby.
Yay! Open tummy, so it's not quite ready yet. So we'll have to take it home, give it some sand, and then we can just leave them in a dark place in the house. Dark, quiet place until they're fully developed, and then we can bring them back and release them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So in terms of viability of this brood, you know, what do you think? Are they ready to go?
Yeah, so this one looks okay. Yeah, they're a little bit sandy. Yeah, I think most of these ones are looking good.
And you're just looking for that little egg connection, aren't you? Or
so yeah, like this one,
yeah,
you can see this. Yeah, so this one you can see this bit here. It's a bit difficult because it's a bit sandy, but there's still a little bit of the yolk.
Okay.
Still needs to be absorbed. So usually we would just release them from here. We'd make a little path for them and just let them go straight to the sea. But because this nest is so far back and there's a lot of crab holes, so this the turtle nest, they could have anywhere from 120 to 220 even. We found some with that many. But the average is about 150 to 180 eggs. Not all of them, as you can see, we have quite a few that haven't actually hatched. So out of those eggs, some of them could actually just be unfertilized eggs. So they're never going to develop into a turtle. Some of the eggs also, they have turtles inside, but the turtle's not fully developed. So they're never going to be fully developed. So we monitor those eggs as well. But yeah, actually each turtle comes up in one season and lays about 5 nests in one season. And out of all of those nests, she might only have 1 hatchling in 5 nests that will survive until adulthood. A lot of them get predated even before they leave the nest, or by wading birds on the way, or by sharks, fish when they get in the ocean. Yeah, which is why we're trying to give them the best chance. At least if we can watch them along the beach, they're not going to get eaten by the crabs at least, and they just have to deal with the sea by themselves.
You're helping as much as you can.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many, the thing is with that low rate, if you think about all of the beaches in the world where turtles nest, there's so many now that are being disturbed by people. There's problems with street lights confusing the turtles, so the rate on those kind of beaches is probably even lower. So we're quite lucky that we have the beaches on this island that are preserved, and we're here to watch the hatchlings and make sure that the nests get away okay, so that the survival rate can stay can stay okay and they can survive. Yeah.
And
Okay.
how pleasing is it for you to, you dig out a successful nest and see 100+ turtles heading to the sea?
Yeah, that's an amazing feeling, and just you just feel very invested. Especially, I've been here now for like 8 months, I think, and so I've seen a lot of the nests. I've seen them being laid by the turtle, and then to come back in 2 months and to see all of the babies making it to the sea and know that I've had a part in that. That's really special.
But so the eggs are laid 2 months ago,
Yes.
in effect, and
Yeah.
and now you've marked the dates. Where do you
Yeah.
What's the how do you do it then? Sort of.
So we have a few different ways of doing it. So if we put a stick just in front of the nest. But obviously in 2 months a lot can happen to the stick. It can get moved. Actually, sometimes we have so many turtles coming up, they're knocking the sticks over of the other nests. So as well as a stick, we take a picture of the turtle laying the eggs. So we can see the scenery around and we know, okay, this is the spot. And we also mark the nest on an aerial map of Grand Anse so that we know the zone that the nest is in.
Okay.
So with those 3, we can normally find it.
So with this particular nest, you are now you're going to refill or backfill and let the hatchlings lower down sort of reach their
Yes, yeah.
sort of
So
final
these
anthem.
ones, it looks like they're ready to go. But yeah, some of them are still eggs, so they're just developing at a bit of a different time. So we could take them back and develop them, in a dark place at home. But because there's so many, it's probably safer to just leave them where they are.
Okay.
Yeah, and just hope the crabs don't get to them.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing the release of the ones that you have got.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think they're ready to go.
So how did the release go?
Yeah, so all good. So before we let them go, we were just making sure the beach was nice and smooth for them. We were covering up the crab holes so they didn't fall in. When they got to the sea, there was a couple of fish that were hanging around and an eel. So all of them, they know it's hatchling season, so they hang around waiting for the babies to come down so they can eat them. But because we're there watching, we can just get in the water and make a bit of a splash and chase them away. So most of the babies made it past the first part of the sea at least. So now they've got to go and try and find somewhere to hide until they get a bit bigger.
Here comes the second hawksbill turtle release. Please enjoy it.
Over 100, 150, I don't remember how many eggs we moved from these nests. So you know that they take about 4 to 5 days normally to climb the surface from when they hatch. And that's because they take some time also to absorb, the rest of the egg. Them in the water.